Okay, this whole thing is just crazy.
Behind closed doors, I'm a fool for your love.
Hey, what's up? Good morning, good evening, good night. Whatever it is, wherever you are, welcome. So this whole impeachment thing with Donald Trump and whatnot. Let me state first, this is not a pro-Trump. This is not an anti-Trump video. I am not pro-Trump. I am not anti-Trump. But to the pro-Trumpers, when you point out something that Trump did wrong, you are labeled an anti-Trumper. And then to the anti-Trumpers, when you point out, hey, the law says that this should be obeyed, or, something doesn't make sense here, then they call you a pro-Trumper. Good God, the bipartisanship in our nation, everybody's partisan. Bipartisanship has disappeared. It doesn't exist anymore. Especially in the news. So with this whole impeachment thing, with Mr. Taylor and his testimony, depending on what news group you watch, shapes what you view. If you watch a certain news group, which I won't mention because, well, people have been getting demonetized and having channels deleted and things for crazy stuff, so I can't risk it. But if you believe one set of news group, then this whole impeachment trial, the public portion, was an absolute bombshell. It was the Democrats were curb stomping the Republicans all over the place, and it's bombshell news, and it's crazy, and I can't believe Trump did this, and Trump is absolutely guilty, and he should be strung up by the toes tomorrow, and 99.99% of Americans believe that he should be impeached. If you watch another set of news, then it's, oh no, this was an absolute victory for the Republicans. The Democrats are making absolute fools of themselves. It's a waste of time. And the Democrats will suffer for it. Now, I've read quite a bit on it. I've listened quite a bit on it. Done quite a bit of research, and here's the TLDR. Oh, and incidentally, I had someone ask me what TLDR meant earlier today. Too long, didn't read. You can make go that up. You give some of the TLDR. Yeah, it was too long. Didn't want to read it. Here's the breakdown. I just thought that was interesting, and I bet you there's other people out there that don't know what TLDR means, so there you go. So the TLDR is basically, it's a big nothing so far, quite honestly. We don't really have any information. Taylor heard information from a staffer who heard information overheard from a phone call, and only one side of the phone call. So basically you have the epitome. I just got back from physical therapy, so my brain and my body are just not quite all there. You have basically the definition of hearsay. Taylor heard it from a staffer who overheard it from Trump. And even then, he didn't hear both sides of the conversation. Two, some things kind of point towards Trump not doing a quid pro quo, but rather saying, look into the Bidens because there just doesn't seem something right. The Ukraine government was looking into corruption. They wanted to end it, and it seems a lot of evidence is pointing to perhaps it was Trump simply saying, look into this corruption, and there was no quid pro quo. The star witnesses for the Democrats, none of them have even met Trump. None of them have even been in the same room as Trump. None of them have ever talked to Trump. Ever. So what exactly did they witness? They didn't hear anything. They heard something from someone else who heard something that they're saying they overheard. Well, but you can't take that testimony. We don't know what that staffer overheard. We don't know what the conversation is. And then you play telephone and you removed another conversation from that. And now you're getting information third party. That doesn't work. That's not how evidence works. And I know people jump down my case. I debate online avidly. And people are always jumping down my case. Oh, but this isn't a criminal trial. Due process. Okay. But you still can't impeach with zero evidence. You can't just take the accusation. Could you imagine if we took the accusation, what kind of a slippery road we'd be going down? Anytime anybody doesn't like a president, which there will always be people who don't like whatever president is in office at any certain time, because no president ever will have every single person like them. So now every presidency, somebody will make the accusation. And because somebody makes the accusation, we have to now what? Impeach just based upon the accusation? No. We can't do that, because then all of a sudden you're making it a weapon. You are turning the threat of impeachment into this weapon that people will use for political gain. And here's how that road ends, because history has shown us this. And people who do not know their history are doomed to repeat it. If we do this, it will continue until we get a president that is able to solidify and stop it, but that president will turn into a tyrant, because the only way he will be able to stop it is to suspend rights, call some sort of an emergency, and suspend freedom of speech, suspend certain judicial freedoms and judicial branches, and it will be under the guise of, we're just going to fix the government, we're going to change these rules, and then 6 years later, people will be wondering, why is this person still in office? It's happened. It sounds ludicrous, doesn't it? But it has happened. It has literally happened in the past. We have templates that tell us this is what could possibly happen. I'm not saying it will, but it's a slippery road. You are making an accusation into a political weapon. And we can't do that. And it doesn't matter what the president is or who the president is. I don't care. I'm not a Trump supporter, and I'm not a Trump denier or a anti-Trumper. I don't care. I care about the United States as a whole. I care that we advance as a society. I care that we get rid of all these craziness. But how do you fix this? You watch multiple news sources. And I wish the news was what it was designed to be. The watchdog, unbiased, bipartisan. But it's not anymore. Now, the news is fighting to shape the minds. It's crazy. If you watch MSNBC, you think the economy is horrible. You think it's tanking. It's messed up. If you watch Fox News, you believe the economy is doing great. Well, what does the Bureau of Labor Statistics say? What does the official site say? Well, the official site say that the economy is actually doing pretty good right now, which is good for Trump. I mean, with a good economy, during the 2020 elections, the Democrats have to tiptoe around any subject having to do with the economy. Because you're handing that particular portion of the debate to Trump. And Trump needs to keep circling the economy and always bring it back to the economy, which he's pretty good about. He's boorish, he's rude, he's crass, but when he does speak, people listen. Because he's rude and he's crass. He has that presence. But that's the TLDR as far as I see it. Now, if I'm totally wrong and I'm flying off the rocker, someone tell me, because I don't want to be misinformed. And this is not, my channel is not about spreading misinformation. It's about stopping, bad information from propagating. So, let me know. Let me know. I guess, I don't know. I'm too tired to think. Oh, I got back. I started looking into the impeachment a little more, and wow. dry, boring, not much action. People talking about hearing someone else say something from someone else that they heard from someone else that can't even be verified that they heard it in the first place. Secondly, we haven't even been told that there's an actual impeachable offense. They said bribery. But then when you look into the facts, where's the bribery? Where is the bribery? Where is the facts? And then you battle it online. And when you stand up for the law, no matter what, you're getting attacked by the left or the right. But you guys have a good one. I'm tired. I'm sorry if I rambled. I'll get back into the swing of it. Give me a few. You guys take care. Peace.